Chicago Bulls take on the Boston Celtics today in Chicago. Can the Chicago Bulls withstand one of the best, or not if the best team in the NBA on both offense and defense, even though they're going to be without a couple of players? We're talking about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content. And so it's game day. Chicago Bulls are taking on the Boston Celtics, and man, listen, we're going to see how this team fares against one of the better teams in the not only the Eastern Conference but the league as a whole. Now, the Boston Celtics are going to be without players tonight, so that is Jaylen Brown's going to be out, for example. That's one of their big hitters that are going to be missing this game. So we'll see how that's going to play out for the Chicago Bulls. Javonte Green making his return to the UC, back at home where he should be in Chicago, coming off the bench, and especially since Julian Phillips is out. The Bulls only went 3 deep on that bench last game with Kobe White, Andre Drummond, and Dalen Terry. There's going to be some added firepower to the bench. You know that Billy Donovan does absolutely love Javonte Green, so we'll see how that plays out for the team. But listen, at the end of the day, the Bulls need to get a dub tonight. Like, it just, I don't care. Like, the Boston Celtics are a great team. Make no mistake about it. It's a team that, it's who, if the Bulls come out to playing, it's who they'll be facing, right? So there's that part of it, that aspect of it as well. But the Bulls just have to lock in today and take care of this business. And that's just what it is, man. And, when it comes down to it, we've seen the Bulls. They're missing Drew Holiday. They're missing Porzingis. They're missing Jaylen Brown. That size they're missing, that's a wing defender, and that's their second best player in Jaylen Brown, or their 1B, 1A, however you decide to look at it there. And this Bulls team is riding in with Kobe White is going to play today. You're bringing in Javonte Green for some added firepower off the bench. We're the closest to healthy as we're going to be for the remainder of this season. So let's see how the Bulls take care of business, man. The Boston Celtics are no joke, though, right? Second best offense in the NBA, sixth best defense in the NBA. They don't turn the ball over a whole hell of a lot, and they're also second in blocks in the NBA, which we know the Bulls have problems with teams that can deter shots. So the Bulls can't come in here lacking, man. And that's really with no game, right? We know that where the Chicago Bulls team is, you can't lack against anybody. You can't take anything for granted. You can't, come in lackadaisical. So it's going to come down to how the Bulls perform in this game, and let's hope that they're able to perform well, man. We've seen and know what this Bulls team in the heart that they can fight with when they try, right? We know that. When they're locked in, this Bulls team is right up there with any other team in the league. And so we just got to see that continue for this Bulls team and see them just continue to execute in that way, play together, control the ball. One thing that the Boston Celtics do that they don't do well. There you go. They don't keep teams off the offensive rebounds. They are actually one of the worst teams as far as allowing offensive rebounds for the opponent. So let's hope that the Bulls can take care of advantage of that, get some second chance points. Drum, Vooch are going to be important in this, but everybody, it's a rebounding concept when you want to rebound the ball well, and the Bulls got to lock in to be able to do that, man. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I listen, every time this Bulls team is facing up against an opponent you wouldn't necessarily think that they can beat, they perform pretty well in. So let's hope that continues for this team, and we'll see what it's going to be. Anthony Vargas says, is Javonte Green playing tonight? Hey, C-Red. He's available. They took a picture of him walking into the building, so I'm thinking he's gonna be out there available. I don't know if they're actually gonna play him, but he is gonna be available today. Deanna in the building says, go Bulls. Absolutely. I don't mean to be a jerk, but why are we getting so hyped about signing a player to a 10-day contract? It's not like he's going to be signed for the remainder of the season. No, because he probably will be signed for the remainder of the season. That's the thing. It's Javonte Green, who's familiar with the team, so you don't need to worry about him understanding how to play. He already has chemistry with these players, right? And he's coming off the bench, which he's an energy guy. The 10-day contract is probably for the Bulls just to make sure he's going to be able to be healthy and improve. And he's probably going to still sign another contract at the end of the season. Keep in mind, you can sign a player to 3 10-day contracts before you have to convert it. We don't even have 30 days left in the season. So just the fact that it's a 10-day, it's basically just to give it this run without signing him to the most money possible. You're giving him a little bit of a run. And then the Bulls, especially considering they're right up against the luxury tax, are probably going to be considering bringing Javonte Green back next year, Shay. So that's kind of why it's exciting. And again, outside of however long he's going to be on the team, we know the impact that Javonte Green can make on on a team. So that's a big part of it as well. Rob says, we got a shot. Horford and Tatum aren't good to go, and Holiday, Brown, and Porzingis are out. We'll see. We'll see. A lot of guys are out for Boston. Listen, but you still can't give that with the Bulls team, right? We've seen that happen, and the Bulls still lose a game, so they got to still be locked in. I don't care who's out. I don't care if they put TJ Ford out there, he's only on my mind because I saw him in a commercial with Carmelo Anthony. But yeah, you got to take care of business, man. Let's go, Chicago Bulls. Nice thread. I appreciate that. Come on, you know one thing you're gonna get around here is period. Just Jason Tatum is now officially out. All right, now that changes a lot for this team, right? But again, you can't take anything for granted. I don't care. You still can't take it for granted. You still can't act as if you're gonna get a victory with their two best players out. You got to be locked in, man. You got to be locked in. Oh wait, it says Jason Tatum is available. They just posted that 32 minutes ago. So where are you getting JT is out? Jason Tatum's playing tonight, brother. Nikola Vucevic has no excuse tonight. Even if Luke Cornett is guarding him, he has no excuse. I mean, Vuce has no excuse regardless. So it's cool when you have the other guys come home, come host, but we sure missed you. Hey, listen, come host. I still have my episode, my pre-recorded video today. Still did the episode yesterday. They only did the breaking news for Javonte Green for me yesterday. That was it. Sup, Haize? I wouldn't mind with regardless of what direction we go in this offseason. Now that Javonte is fully healthy, I wouldn't mind if he's back, can provide much needed hustle and heart. Yeah, I mean, you can always use what Javonte Green brings off the bench. You can always use that on any team. They won't have Jay Brown, Chris, or Drew. Maybe we got somewhat of a shot. We shall see. I mean, listen, have we beat Boston this year? No, I think that was Milwaukee I'm thinking about, but well, you never know. Nice in the building says Billy will play Woo, one of the best Bulls power forwards of all time. That's crazy. That's a little bit false there. Javonte knows the system and he already has chemistry with most of the team, so it's an easier transition. Yeah, there's no transition basically, right? He can come right in. Would you use Blazers pick to get Zach LaVine trade done, or would you use the pick to move up in the draft? You're probably not going to do either. That pick is literally lottery protected until 2028. That means that the Blazers have to make the playoffs for us to get it. That pick isn't going to help you with much of shit because most people that the higher than likely chance is that pick is going to convert to 2 second-round picks. So I don't think that it necessarily helps facilitate anything. I'm not saying that I couldn't throw it in there, but yeah. Of course, the strategy for Boston would be to shoot over 43s. No, you don't need to shoot over 43s against Boston, unless you're saying that Boston's going to shoot over 40. So, Haize, do you start Kobe White tonight or keep him coming off the bench? If he's healthy, to me, you start him. He played 29 minutes off the bench last game, so it's not like you still didn't play him basically his usual minutes. So, I would start him. I'd rather have had you doing the breaking news, but those guys are funny. I follow them as well. I love y'all down there. Oh, yeah, that's family. That's family, man. You can catch them a lot over on NBA Central. They also chip in on Bear Central, especially when there's breaking news. Yeah, those guys, those are my guys, man. I really love the team that we built. By the way, have y'all subscribed to NBA Central yet? Go and subscribe to NBA Central, the original NBA Central channel. We got it back. So there you go on that one. Make sure you got. We're trying to get to 2,000 subs over there by the end of the month. We're at 1,600 subs now. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna put the link in the description. Y'all go follow NBA Central for some general NBA content. Yeah, Horford and Tatum playing tonight. Maybe they don't play a lot of minutes though. We'll see. The question is, who do you waive because we don't have any roster space for Javonte Green if they wanted to sign him for the rest of the year contract? Well, I mean, it's Terry Taylor easily. If you're going to make space for Javonte Green, I think him and Terry Taylor would have played the same spots anyway. I think you just waive Terry Taylor. You take a bit of a hit, but you're going to have to pay that contract regardless to the end of the season. So that's what I would say do. Bulls finna get this W. Bring back a culture guy like Javante is big for making late season push. He's a 30-year-old vet journeyman and has worked insanely hard to get where he is. Good move by AK. Yeah, I mean, but listen, here's the thing, and this is what the Bulls did, right? So Javante Green had that injury, which he wasn't able to come back right away. And basically, what they said is, Javante, go get your money, right? Go sign whatever. He signed a two-way contract with the Golden State Warriors, and then basically he proved in 13 G League games that he's healthy. And the Bulls said, "All right, come on back home." It was a smart move to do. You don't technically take care of your guy, but you make sure your guy's taken care of. I guarantee you, Javante in the back of his mind always knew he was coming back to Chicago. Who would you believe he take the spot over in the rotation? I'm hoping it's Javon, but knowing Billy, it's probably going to be Dalen. Love to hear your thoughts. I would say that it needs to be, because to me, Dalen can do what Javon Carter does at a guard position. You bring Javante in, you then have two players. Where did that cat come from? There's just a cat staring at me through the window. That just threw me up. ADHD kicked in. And at that point, right, you can play Dalen, and you know him and Javante both. Imagine the way that Dalen Terry can pass the ball in transition to Javante Green. Come on, man. Come on. Can Bulls convert Javante into a contract and use Lonzo DPE without waiving a player, or can they only be at 15? You could only be at 15 regardless. So the DPE doesn't allow you an extra roster spot. I'm sorry, but if we do make the playoffs, I would much rather go against Milwaukee before I face Boston, because Milwaukee seems like they are a much weaker team ever since they lost Holiday. I mean, yeah, that's what you would want. So you don't necessarily have the control over that. What is your assessments of OB13 so far? He sometimes looks lost on offense and isn't quite sure where to be. You notice that as well. I don't notice. I actually, Mitch, I don't see that at all. I think OB always knows where to be on both offense and defense. If you look at the way that he operates in space, he knows where to be. Now, there may be some of kind of understanding what other guys are going to do, kind of that anticipation thing, but I don't think OB looks lost on offense ever. I would wish they ran more off-screen options for him to come off screens and do that type of thing. So outside of the Celtics, who do you have as your own series championship contenders going into the last season? You have to go to NBA Central for that, brother. I actually have a video on that this week. Damn, I have to switch back and forth between the game and the fights tonight. Great. And, well, if you're an Illinois fan, and Illinois basketball is playing about the same time. I think they start at 8:30. The Bulls start at 8, 7:30 Chicago time, 7 Chicago time. But they're going to be playing basically at the same time. Become a member, level C Red. Shout out to Rulio. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, Boston going to shoot over 43s. I mean, oh yeah, that's definitely a given, Rob. Definitely a given. Oh, okay. JT is playing. I guess I saw it wrong. I just knew the other guy was out. Basila's going to be a hard game. Oh yeah, the way that this team is coached, the way that they execute right on both sides of the ball, it's going to be a difficult game for the Bulls, regardless. Right. I just hope Javante is the same as before the injury. Listen, here's what I'll say: even an 80% Javante Green can still play on every team in the league, basically, right? You need a guy like that and what he brings defensively, what he brings energy-wise, right? Even if some of that lift isn't there, you're not going to get the eye-popping dunks. That's cool. Javante is such a good defender and good at deflections as well, getting in those passing lanes. That's something that's always going to be there. Offense, it's going to be a bit like, I wouldn't be surprised if his offense isn't necessarily what it was before, but it already last season kind of dipped off from the season prior to that with his injury. So calling it now, Bulls going to 3+ win streak to go over 500 starting tonight. Listen, every time somebody calls something like that, the Bulls lose. So let's hope it's different for you, brother. Javante Green is the best player with the Bulls. Hey, Sierra is the best player with the Bulls. What? Do you think the Celtics will fire Joe if they don't win this year? No. What? No. What in the hell? No, they're not firing him. What are you talking about? No, there's not. He's not getting fired. He tuned into the bro. Like, so the studio is in the basement. You know how the basements have those little windows to let some light in. So I'm doing my thing. I'm rapping, and I see something come in that window, and of course I'm like, am I gonna have to fuck somebody up? And it was a random neighborhood cat just staring at the window at me. It's looking dead at me. It's so weird, so strange. Sacktown, we're gonna make you an honorary Bulls fan. Watch us be down by 30 in the second half. He's a Bulls fan already. This is the Bulls fans' issue. We love Javante Green, but I don't know if I want to give up young Terry Taylor. I would drop Taylor like an addict drops the needle with Haize. Like, yeah, come on. Taylor, like, I get it. Terry Taylor is still young and things like that, but come on, man, he's a little trash. Shout out to you, bro, from the Chicago Sports Podcast Crew. Shout out, I appreciate that, Leroy. Am I the only one who spits a few bars with the intro every time? Okay, just me, cool. That's funny. Not you spit. You spitting bars, Jonathan? I haven't seen your content talking about Green coming back from a 10-day. What you think, my boy? Listen, I like it. It's a 10-day contract, right? I like it. You bringing in a guy who is familiar with the system, has chemistry with the players already. You know, the coach knows how to use them the best. I mean, listen, it's really solid signing. Do you think signing Javonte is somewhat attractive because he's a former Celtic and familiar with the tendencies of Tatum and Brown? No, because we faced them before. I mean, he's been on the team we faced. If he gave anybody ideas on the tendency that's already ingrained in who we are. Maybe we finally see some more alley oops. Listen, I don't care about that. Get wins. I don't care about that casual shit. I'm not calling you a casual, but that's not something that gets me hype in the game. Like I could care bullshit less about an alley oop. Let's get some wins. I don't care how you got to do it. I don't care if you don't get a single dunk in the game. Get the damn dub. That's what I care. Fuck the dunks. Get the dub. That's the motto for today. JK Bulls. My East team, you guys may get down, but always fight back. Got to respect that. No quit in them Bulls. Y'all squad got pride. Hey, we don't always play with it all the time, but let's hope that it continues, man. We appreciate you, Sacktown. Whose minutes do you take to give Javonte Green besides Leroy? That's it. Listen, Leroy. That's it. I don't care. You ain't got to take minutes away from nobody. And here's the thing: like Kobe White came off the bench last game. He played 29 minutes. We usually don't have somebody at that volume coming off the bench. The Bulls will figure it out. You can find minutes for him. And Javonte, especially coming back, I don't think you probably won't see Javonte more than 12 minutes. Probably 8 to 10 is the range you're going to see him, and you're going to get 8 to 10 minutes of injury. That's what a lot of you guys tell your women, right? You're going to get 8 to 10 minutes. Be happy with it. So same to you. Like just like y'all tell y'all women, 8 to 10 minutes. Be happy with it. But Tim is trying to gain chemistry with most of the team, but he does seem to have good spacing most time. Yeah, I love the way that he keeps his spacing. Love it. You can see the growth of DT over this last month. Huge credit to him putting in the necessary work in this development staff led by Peter. Listen, Peter Patton right now is the MVP to the Chicago Bulls. Is the MVP. Win or lose, this show's always the highlight, but let's get this win. I appreciate that, Salim. But yeah, let's get this dub. Let's get this dub. Javonte did have a groin injury early in January. Hopefully he never re-aggravates it because be the craziest based on injuries to all the Bulls power forwards. Maybe even be a record. I mean, we don't well, technically we've only had 2, so. Yo, what's going on, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights? Do y'all remember when we had Alize Johnson? Didn't he play good for us the time he was here? Or I'm tripping. Yeah, you're tripping. He played. What you're thinking about is that preseason. He had 2 really good preseason games for the Chicago Bulls, and then he just never looked good in the actual regular season. Because I remember I coming in out of that preseason, I'm like, oh shit, Alize may actually be something for him, and just didn't do it. How do you guys feel about NYK? I think you played them like 3 times in the last 7 or 8 games. Tibbs still take it personally. Listen, I love the Knicks as a squad, and I hate saying that because I hate the Knicks franchise. I hate the Knicks, but that team, man, you gotta respect how that team plays. I see you don't watch the Celtics because his in-game adjustments is trash, and they keep leads to save these. They can't keep leads to save their leads to save. Bro, spell better. To save their life. That's why I asked Big Dog. Ask what? I don't even know what you asked. Don't even remember it at this point. 8 to 10 minutes is better than 7 to 9 minutes is what I always say. That's crazy. I mean, hey, do whatever you got to do, fam. Do whatever you got to do. I'm dead. Haize just said that. So what y'all tell y'all woman? I mean, listen, you know Shay. Shay definitely been like, listen here, woman. I got 8 to 10 minutes. You can either get these 8 and 10 minutes, you can get a good solid 8 to 10 minutes, or I can slow stroke you for 12. You tell me which one that you want, but either way, that's what I got. You got 8 to 10 really hard strokes, or you got 12 minutes of, you know, that's what Shay tells people. That is, don't even doubt it. Shay just be like, listen, if you want to get a little freaky, if you want to put your leg up, I got about 6 minutes for you. That's what Shay be telling people. If Green cracks the rotation, we probably will never how to use the damn Andre Drummond and Vooch lineup ever again. Never have to use. I wouldn't be surprised in that. I wouldn't be surprised at that. I remember when I thought Amino was going to be our safe. Oh crap, Al-Farouq Amino. That's crazy. That's crazy that he was even here. Are you concerned about Torrey, or is it just taking a little longer to get comfortable on that foot again? No, Torrey's played solidly, especially defensively. He's had a couple of games with shooting the ball effectively, but if you look at him defensively, he's been solid. So ready to hear. There's 5 Javantes on the court. Let's go. That's hilarious, but accurate. I tell my wife my game like DeMar, hella pump fakes and not kicking it out. What? That's funny. That's a good joke. That's a good joke, Sacktown. That's quality joke right there, bro. I got to give you your love on that one. That's a good joke. That's crazy. Them dudes out here lasting less time than Sanogo gets minutes. That's wild. That's funny. That's funny. That's crazy. Hey, he's got to put on the get win blue, baby. That's funny. Little Famo laughing. Let's hope the Bulls can get this dub, y'all. The other guy Bulls fans thought would have been a savior is Alfonso McKinney. Dude got paid, fell fucking off, and dipped with the bag. He never got paid. Alfonso McKinney was never on a guaranteed deal, and we cut him. Remember, we cut Alfonso McKinney. So, Alfonso McKinney never got a large deal. I don't even think he signed more than the prorated veteran minimum. So. Last year, Javante was okay from the three-point line. If you runs in fast breaks and it's 33% from three, that's all the offense needs to bring. Well, listen, the percentage and volume are different things, right? Javante's always shot a solid percentage, but let's be clear, Javante Green has not been a good three-point shooter. So, that's to say one thing. I'm shooting the ball 37% on 1.1 attempts ain't great. That's just not great. That's what he shot at last year. That's not really a good percentage. But he's not a volume three-point shooter. So that's the thing that matters, right? Who do you think starting tonight? I think Kobe's back in the starting lineup tonight, if I had to guess. I don't know why. I really wanted to keep Daniel Tice for some odd reason because I love this game. I like Daniel Tice's game as well. I like Tice's game a lot. And I was hopeful that the Bulls are going to keep him too. I'm not even going to lie to you. I really was hopeful for that. But if I'm not mistaken, Daniel Tice, I think he played well that first season after leaving the Bulls, but I don't think he's really played too well since then. How would you rate the performance lately of Julian Phillips? He seems more comfortable out there. How can I rate the performance of Julian Phillips lately? He hasn't played in over a week. Vern, are you watching the games? Julian Phillips is out with injury. Julian Phillips ain't played in a minute, bro. What are we talking about? Who is this year's Bulls fan favorite player and why? Oh, it's Kobe White. I don't think many people Kobe or Io is probably going to be the pick for most people. Stacey about to be so giddy if Javante. Oh, that's a fact. If Javante checks in the game, he's about to lose his shit. Not gonna lie, I was mad when we signed Ersan on that 10-day just for him to get COVID and not play. Listen, that's such a strange time period. When we go back and look at we're looking at records like 10 years from now, when we got to kind of remember looking at records like, why did the NBA only play 65 games this season? Oh, that's that COVID year, right? Or you see random highlights randomly in the middle of a highlight package, and you're like, what was going on this one? Why are there no fans in the stadium? I miss Denzel Valentine. Why? He sucked. Craig Sip, I wonder about he wasn't on injury report, but Brooks pick on him was nasty. Yeah, I think he's gonna be okay though. Hey, people call me crazy. People call you crazy because you like to say that. Nobody actually nobody calls you, Shay. Nobody calls you. They call you crazy. Nobody's calling you. Nobody's calling. I bet your phone dry right now, little bro. Let me stop. That's my little brother. I'm just playing with Shay. That is my little brother to the end of time. I just like fucking with him. But I always say if you're undersized power forward center, you should always look to develop a 3-point shot and consistent one. Oh, I agree with that. Completely agree with that. Haize, bro, hope Javante gets minutes tonight. Listen, as long as he's playing well. My favorite Bulls player is Kobe White right now, but Io deserves a lot of praise too. Absolutely. Io stepped up big time. Let's see how everyone plays tonight. Let's hope everyone plays well, brother. Not Bulls related, but shout out to my son from not getting the ball once last year in his first year of flag to scoring 275-yard tutties in his first game. Proud father. Shout out to you. Give some love to that man's son, bro. That's a different level of love. I appreciate that, man. I hope he continues to kill it, brother. I meant Batim, not Haize. I like the way that Batim is going. I said that earlier in the stream. I love the way that he moves off ball. I like how he keeps the spacing. I like on defense how he seems to be a really good off ball defender. So and he's an active on ball defender. I like a lot of that from Batim. Anyone who misses Denzel Valentine clearly missed the game where he shot a half court shot with a minute left. Bro, he be tripping. Craig not doing the players' intro is interesting. I'm not watching the stream yet, so I don't know what you mean. Down the stretch, would you like to see DeMar still try to close games or get Kobe more opportunities? Is it his time? I mean, you got whatever's working. I think it's whatever's working, right? I do want to see Kobe get more opportunities like that. But listen, I think the players even defer to DeMar, right? Denzel Valentine and Kobe White backcourt, dude. Come on, bro. Come on, man. If you want attention, we give you attention for something else. Is it safe to say that AK has only one struggle with second round picks so far besides Marco? Has only struggled. That's the only second round pick he's had. I mean, Julian Phillips technically, but Julian Phillips is a good pickup. So, yeah. I mean, Io. I mean, he's done great with second round picks. Maybe you meant he only hasn't struggled with second round picks. The shot was the shot heard around the world. LOL. Stacy and Adam yelling, no, that's crazy. That wasn't Adam then though. Adam and Mean hadn't took over yet, right? When he was a starter, he don't run out and dab up other players. Oh, okay. I mean, we know that this team's close. So I'm not worried about that. Honestly, one of my favorite Bulls player back in the day was Captain Kirk. Dude was a bucket on two. Oh, I used to kill people with Kirk all the time. Haize, I'm going to watch the Mavs and Jazz on Monday, so I won't be able to be in the live streams. All right, Brandon, have fun, brother. Do the Bulls have a second round pick in this draft? No. They would have had two. They gave them up to get Julian Phillips. That's how we got the pick that became Julian Phillips. Good evening, Haize, gentlemen. Sorry I'm late. You're good. Glad to have you in the building. Do you think we need a true point guard next season? Can Kobe handle? I think he's shown that. Why are we asking that question? There are only like 3 true point guards in the NBA anyway. So no, Kobe's fine. Let's see how Billy Donovan has. Let's see how Billy Donovan has in his sleeve tonight. Hey, see red, nice hat and shirt is fire. Thank you, Anthony. Oh, it was Amin's first year. Really? Damn, has Amin been here that long? That's crazy. I am Kobe fave, Bulls players, maybe DeMar third. That was when they were trying out other guys, and Amin was calling the game with Stacey. Valentine pissed me. Oh, okay. So Amin wasn't the full commentator. Then they were getting ready for Neil Funk to leave. I do remember that. Michael says, I'm not really looking forward to this game, especially at home. I mean, listen, it is what it is. You can't avoid it. We're probably not going to be leading much, but hopefully we can sneak up on them and in the game with the win. Listen, I don't care if we lead much. I don't care if we only have one lead ever in the game. If it's at the end of the game, that's what matters. That's all I care about. Having the lead at the end of the game. When the clock reaches 0, let's have that lead. Hopefully Billy chews some good ass edibles. That's hilarious. You know what? Lace Billy Donovan's gum with like some PCP or something. Like get him high out there. I'm gonna guess AK might buy a second this draft because they don't have one. Seems like he loves to draft in the second round. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Has it been that long since Neil Funk retired? Damn, time flies so fast. Man, it's crazy. Such a seminal part of like my life too, Neil Funk. People never gave Kirk the credit he deserves. If you saw him in Brooklyn that series, he gave Deron Williams the business on the defensive end. I remember one game where he held Curry to 3 points. Oh, I think Bulls fans do absolutely love Kirk. Now maybe he doesn't get it from the national media, but all Bulls fans I know give Kirk Heinrich tons of respect for what he did here. Keep it old school, throw a laxative in there, and then somebody else can call some other fucking time. That's hilarious. Billy needs to grow out a beard like Flus. I actually think he has some balls, and that's crazy. I'm not expecting to win. I just don't want to have it be a blowout. Listen, that's the life of a Bulls fan, brother. Life of a Bulls fan, man. Loki, come. Come here. Why you sneaking up? You creeping. You almost got shot. Hey, Loki. Hey, son. Hey, baby. I'm okay with AK trading Leroy for a couple of second round. But listen, if you can get a couple of second round picks for Leroy, man, get Leroy ass up out here, man. Send that motherfucker on somewhere, please. Send him on his way. Don't nobody want Leroy in this building, man. But like I said before, we've seen players in the first year with the team not play good. I wouldn't be surprised if we're all surprised and Javon Carter actually plays pretty nice for us next season. I would not be surprised at that at all. If everyone stopped eating gum besides Billy, he could probably single-handedly keep the gum industry running. That's hilarious. Captain Kirk was a healthy Javante as a point guard. No, he was never as athletic as Javante Green. That's a bad comp there, bro. That's a bad comp. That's a bad comp. Don't like that comparison at all. Javante and Kirk? Come on, man. And he wasn't even, like, Kirk just made the right plays. It wasn't even necessarily the exciting plays either. So I don't like that comp. But hey, to each their own. Definitely comes off as a classic one-off, one-on player, or he just can't play for his childhood team. Some people are like that. That's a fact. That's a fact. Haize, what kind of guns you got? Don't worry about it. Don't listen. I'm talking about the registered ones or the unregistered ones. What are we talking? Because I'm a criminal. I saw a Javante video of him standing and did an in between legs dunk at 6'4". That's insane. Yeah, and I think that was at today's practice. I think that was recently. So, what if Javon Carter comes alive in the play-in or playoffs? How would you feel then? I don't. I mean, it doesn't change my feelings on the season, but cool. Like, show up, show up. Help get us some wins. That's all I got to say on that one. That's all I got to say on that one. Kobe White is back in the starting lineup, y'all. Kobe, Io, DeMar, Caruso, Nikola Vucevic is your starting lineup tonight, fellas. I knew you were going to say that, smart man. Hey, I mean, it is what it is all I can say to that. And the cap goes drip, drip. Yeah, hey, listen, I love this. I love this hat. I love this hat. It's one of those things. So, like, I didn't buy the hat and the shirt at the same time. I bought the shirt and I didn't have a hat to go with it. And literally, probably about 2 weeks after I bought the shirt, it popped up on, I can't remember where I was. I saw it. I was like, oh, bet. Let's get this drippy. Would you take Jimmy over DeMar? Yes, absolutely. Why the heck would he wait till the playoffs to show up? I mean, listen, let's not act like players haven't all of a sudden turned it on in the playoffs before. I mean, it's happened, right? So listen, I don't care. By the way, just if you're gonna play, I don't care. Just show up. By the way, I just put the link in the channel again for NBA Central. Y'all go subscribe to NBA Central. I dropped 5 videos over there, general NBA videos. Not quite daily yet there, but y'all make sure y'all go and check. I should drop the link to the new player video I did over on Players Choice too. Your boy killed it over there. So I'm officially a host over on Players Choice as well. So if you want to see more general NBA content from me, you can do it in 2 different places now. If we do play the Atlanta Hawks at the play-in and Trae Young plays, I'm going to enjoy seeing him squander, win or lose. I mean, I think everybody likes to see him fail. I think there's just something about everybody truly likes to see Trae Young fail. Like he's just an annoying person. Trae Young just isn't somebody that's just enjoyable, man. I just don't like it. But yeah. Any Bulls gear that's blue or has blue in it is fucking icy hot. Listen, I've been getting into different color. Like you guys know, I was on the black and gold Bulls gear for a while this season. Now the blue really hit. It is what it is, man. What's going on, bro, man? From the fifth flow? You from the fifth flow? Any Bulls gear? I already read that one. If you're a Bulls fan and not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Sub right now. Exactly. Sub to the channel. It's the hair for me with Trae. Shave it or retire already. Hey, man, Trae Young's hair is going to retire a lot longer before him. Trae Young's hair is terrible. That baby cradle cap hair as a grown man is wild, bro. It's just wild. I don't understand it. Don't understand it at all. We're hoping to see Trae get another ball patch in real time. That's crazy. Trae Young looks like he's been to a Diddy party or two. That's crazy. Not a couple of Diddy parties. That's wild. Question Haize, what is the player's choice? I watch a few videos here and there, but I'm not consistent. Is it a general basketball channel? It's general sports. So they do basketball topics, they do football topics. But it's a nice platform over there. Brazil popular hair's Trae Young's hair can only be described as patchy pubes. That's crazy. How does a light-skinned dude have hair, baby hair, and going bald at the same time? That's crazy as well. Deanna laughing. Trae Young got hair like when a sucker gets stuck on the carpet. That's a big fact. Big facts on that one. Do not tell that man to shave his head. You want to see something more depressing? That that would be it. No, I mean I think there's something freeing in just embracing the bald, right? Bulls need to do something next season for winning more games. Clearly, I mean, I think that's evident, bro. We all want to win more games. Trae Young needs to pull a Derek White and cut that motherfucker off. That's crazy. Green cooking tonight, bro. I mean, listen, this is his first NBA game back, even if he was to play. And he had a major injury that he's been rehabbing from most of the. Keep in mind, Javonte Green had the same injury that Lonzo Ball had, the initial injury, not the injury, not the bone bruise and cartilage replacements that developed from it, but the first initial injury. It's the same one that Javonte Green had. So give him. Let's see what happens. Trae needs to lean into it and rock like a cotton club hardcore freaking dude. That's crazy. People not saying pause no more homo no more. It's just no Diddy. No Diddy is crazy. Congrats on becoming the main host over there, my boy. Check it out more I'm gonna check it out more consistently. Appreciate that, bro. Trae's barber just dropped the scissors and walked out. I can't even. That's crazy. If you can keep your lottery pick this season or package it with Levine for a true first option, which route would you go? Depends on the true first option. I mean, listen, giving up a first round pick in this year's draft isn't as hurtful, right? But because we don't have our own first round pick next year, I would have to know the exact number one that you're talking about. But that would never happen anyway. I know this is old news, but if I were the GM back in 2010, what? Why are we talking about 2010, bro? That was 14 years ago, almost. What are we talking about, bro? Maybe too many distractions for Javonte being home in Chicago. No, I'm not worried about that. Am I the only one who thought that Nwaba would be like a Javonte? Oh no. And I think even when he left us and went to Houston, I think it was, he had a good first couple of seasons there. But I love Nwaba, and when we lost him, I was like, come on, bro, come on. But yeah, Javonte Green, welcome back to Chicago. Let's see how he plays tonight. Trae Young needs to get an effing wig or something. That hair is atrocious. Dude needs to ask Kobe what he does to get his hair so lush. That's funny. First of all, Trae Young has a completely different texture. That hair was meant to fall out. Like, you just don't see people with the texture of hair of Trae Young that just keep their hair very long. That hair can come off with a strong sneeze at any given time. Any given time. At any given time. So, you know. But all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up the stream. We'll be back at halftime. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you have not already. Make sure you're following the channel at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.